Hello to you all, and this month I've climbed to Master 5 with Labrynth Fiendsmith. I have a lot to say about this deck, but first let's just commentate over this first game. We have opened Engraver, so we activate Engraver, grab tracked, activate tracked. It's clockwork, everyone knows this combo. But we discard Kyrie, which is pretty good. I think in this build you're always going to want to grab Lacrima if you're playing Kyrie, because I think the lines, you just have more lines into that. But we send Fiendsmith and Paradise because both our Fiendsmith traps are in there now, and our only other Engraver is in the deck, which is what we're going to summon out right now with Requiem. They have a response. They had one for Lacrima too, but they're just not activating. We summon out Engraver from the deck. I'm not even sure if I need to commentate over this, because who doesn't know this combo? I mean, maybe some people don't know what Fiendsmith Kyrie does, because it's not the most it's not the most common used card in Fiendsmith decks. But I can fuse into any Fiendsmith fusion monster using cards. Well, you can't see that now because I got hit with Impulse, but I would have fused into Fiendsmith Lacrima using the Requiem as an equip spell and the Engraver on the field. But now that's been impulsed, we just send them both for Necroquip Princess. And right here we probably shuffle back the other Engraver to summon out. So yeah, probably gonna go into not Caesar, just Necroquip Princess pass. But as you can see, we have dealt with two of their cards by using two of our cards, which is crazy. Well, not crazy, it's what am I talking about? That's ordinary card economy, but whatever. I activate the Labyrinth field spell and set both welcomes, and I think the Labyrinth is too much for players to handle if they do not have Ash Blossom. Because right here, well, I mean, they do misplay right here, I think, because this was rather early into the season. Yet they set GWC when they have no target for it. There's no Malice monster in the graveyard or banishment. So we're just gonna summon out, I don't know, Lady or Lovely. We choose Lady, and then we use a field spell to pop GWC. They just wasted their White Rabbit. And right here they link off into Haggard Lizardos. We literally have Fiendsmith in Paradise is public knowledge, by the way. Literally public knowledge. I'm not sure what else they could have gone into, to be honest. And right here we activate Big Welcome on top of that. Oh, and they just scoop. So yeah, clearly the Labyrinth cards, they hold a lot of, I think a lot of opponents have a bunch of resentment for Labyrinth, because a lot of the time when I summon out, or at least like establish control with Labyrinth cards, they surrender. But right here we're going second against Malice, and we've opened weird hand. They activate Maxi, we activate Arius, they activate Maxi, and then we activate Maxi. Usually it's best to use Lanceya in the draw phase, right? But I think baiting out a Call by the Grave with Arius is more, you know, it just plays around that a bit more. Even though they could, you know, merge here right now. At most what they go into right now is, I'm not even sure, because they're under Maxi as well. Right here we clearly are playing a different build because I did take this deck from Rookie to Master. This is an alt account. But we grab Stovey Toby and we've drawn Fiendsmith in Paradise, so we just send that and we set Big Welcome. They didn't even like do anything. They didn't give us, they only gave us one draw. But that was really, oh, they had a second Maxi. But thankfully, Labyrinth usually does not care at all for Maxi. It's only the Fiendsmith section of this deck that really loses into it. But that is if I make a full board with it, because I can just summon Lacrima, link into Requiem, and then pass. That's one draw. Send Fiendsmith in Paradise with Lacrima, by the way. That's what I meant. So we summon out Lovely. We snipe Ash Blossom, which they really should have just scooped right there. I mean, it's not like they could have used Ash on any of our welcomes, because we have Lovely on the field. She just blocks Ash. Any monster effects from activating in response to your trap cards. So you just go into the battle phase here, just, you know, clean up their board. They have only one card in hand, and we are not going to give them any more draws. So this game is as good as one. I think maybe just get Arius in the graveyard, because I don't know, why not? Yeah, activate Arius, set Trap Trick. I don't know what they're waiting. Yeah, there you go. The surrender. Like, if you just establish control, well, in that situation, they really could not win. But once we establish control, then we usually win the game. Obviously, I don't know what I was thinking saying that, like it's unknown. We have a pretty good turn one hand right here. We send, I didn't see what we sent. I think it was Fiendsmith Kyrie with Lacrima, and then we link off into Requiem. They have a response, which is usual. It's like, I've never done one of these combos uninterrupted turn one. I think. At least one that would be a full game. But yeah, you know the usual. We equip Requiem and then we activate Kyrie. Over this time it goes through, and it does. We get to summon out Fiendsmith Lacrima. And right here, I think we can summon out both High King Caesar and Desiree, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so. Because right here we send Engrave, we activate Engraver, grab Tract, we grab Lori, discard Lori, and then we use Engraver's graveyard effect to summon out himself, which we cannot activate Tract because they use Droll. I don't think Droll is that good into this deck, obviously, because it's Fiendsmith. It's really only at that section, that situation, Fiendsmith add Tract, Engraver add Tract, I mean. We are going against Blue Eyes, and going first against Blue Eyes, when they are playing into your board, if they don't summon out Ether Barrel, I always just assume that they have Drill Beam in hand. Because, like, if they bricked, well, not bricked, if they don't have, like, the most optimal play, I'm just gonna assume that they're breaking on the Primite Drill Beam. So I'm always really wary. So they link off into the Spirit. We used Lacrima's effect to, you know, summon herself out again. By summoning Requiem goes into Lacrima. They activate the field spell, target the Spirit, you know, ordinary Blue Eye stuff. Would they grab with the Sage? I think it was Maiden. Yeah, Maiden. Places True Light. I think this deck does have some slight anti-synergy, especially in the Daruma Karma canon, because you see Desiree, he needs his equipped spell monster cards equipped to him, and if he can't have those equipped, if he's flip face down, he can't be equipped with any. He can't activate his effect either. So yeah, they activate Wishes. We use Ash, obviously the best Ash target for Blue Eyes. And right here, I just let them summon out Blue Eyes for some reason. I don't know why I didn't use Caesar right here. Or actually, because I had True Light on the field. Of course. I didn't even have to use Caesar. So we send Desiree with Fiendsmith in Paradise, return Requiem, and then just send True Light, which blows up their own field. No response. Or they summon Fiends. I mean, they summon Fiendsmith. What? And no, they summon out Effect Veiler, and then they go into Typhon, which we have big welcome for. Thankfully, Lovely is not 3k attack, and she can just destroy the Typhon. And of course, they surrender when they see Labyrinth. Once again, we are going second against Malice, and we have opened Arius with a bunch of traps. A bunch of traps that aren't in my final deck list because, yeah, again, once the whole time I was climbing, I was changing the deck. Even now, I'm not even too sure about the ratios. But right here, I do not think if this is the best spot to use it, but on them normal summoning Dormouse, I just activate Arius to set Daruma, and just flip a face down. And then they pass. For some reason, they didn't set their Malice traps before summoning Dormouse, which is pretty weird. But we open Lady, no Fiendsmith cards at all, so this is just purely Labyrinth right here. That 4-card set, one is obviously Dominus Impulse. There's no way it's not. Maybe an Imperm as well. I mean, there's the Impulse. We can just trigger Arius, and then use her to summon our Lady again. And right here, they've used Dominus, right? And we have Rollback in hand. So we basically have a Dominus Impulse for the next time, which is amazing. They have another response, which they aren't using. They're not doing anything at the moment. The Call by the Grave right here would be devastating. But they don't have that. So we summon Lady. And they wait until now to activate their normal trap. I can't even recall which rank this was. Maybe it was Diamond. I'm not sure why they did that so late, I mean. Because now I get to set Simul Archfiends. This card is... I will not cut it. I mean, I'm gonna tell it to you straight. This is like a lingering floodgate. But it's like really specific. Yeah, with this, specifically against Malice, I need to activate this when they summon our Link Decoder. Because they can't summon... they can't link climb, basically. They can't summon 2 of the same types of extra deck monsters. And with the TB11, they summon our White Binder for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I'm not White Rabbit, but sure. And so we have Terrors of the Overroot and Simul Archfiends activatable. And transaction rollback on Impulse whenever they activate a special summon effect. But yeah, a lot of the time with Malice, you just wait until the right moment to use your traps. That is basically just the Labyrinth experience. Wait for the right moment. Right here though, I'm not too sure, probably just Impulse on the march here. Because I don't think that White Binder is properly summoned, but if it is, then that's crazy because the trap says special summon from the extra deck. It doesn't say link summon, so that's still improperly summoned, but whatever. Transaction rollback on their Impulse. And they declare, they activate cross. That's not how it works. And we get to summon out Arius. Maybe I shouldn't have done this in case they have Super Poly, but it's whatever. There's no way I'm gonna lose to someone who activated cross out to banish Dominus Impulse after I use Transaction Rollback to copy Impulse. So the March Hair gets negated and destroyed. And they summon Lingaribo, which is actually a bit, well, it would have been problematic if they still had Blades, but they don't. So we just attack over the Lingaribo, and that's it. We've just drawn Big Welcome as well, so once again, Arius has more value. Yep, set Welcome, attack into Lingaribo with Lady, and then summon Lovely. It's definitely game right here. Literally throughout my entire climb, I do not think I played into a full Malice board a single time. And I'm like not even being ironic. I'm being serious. I don't think I played into a full board a single time. And of course they surrendered. Next game we are going against Christian, going second. This deck, like, they literally just got hoed because Malice dropped. Everyone's going to be playing Lancea and Chaos Hunter. So they are just hoed, like, to the brim. I don't know the lines that they can make under Lancea / Hunter, but I doubt they can do much with it. But right here, after they summon their card, I mean the Christian monster, Sulfador, or whichever one it is, we activate Chaos Hunter, discarding one of the Arius cards. I mean Arius monsters. I said Arius monsters like there's more than one. I discard one of the Ariuses in my hand. There you go. And here they send, I don't know, Christian. I cannot tell you all the monsters. I just know that they need to banish to activate their effects, and they cannot banish at the moment. So, of course they're gonna pass. Naturally. This is pretty risky, but, I mean, they could have just set Called by the Grave. So, yeah. Pretty cool if they did. I mean, if they actually did, but... And then phase we activate Big Welcome. We bring back the Chaos Hunter because... I don't know, I don't think it's... I'm pretty sure we're gonna win on the next time. And then we snipe the Imperm. And we open Engraver. Yeah, there's no way they don't surrender. But we're probably just gonna hide the Engraver until we've used all the other effects. By all the other effects, I just mean Lovely and activating the field spell. So, right here we activate... Oh, actually... No, we do just activate Engraver because that Sulfador, I believe, has an effect when they're banished. I mean, when they're destroyed by battle or card effect. So we're better off sending them to the graveyard with Fiendsmith Engraver's effect. With Tract, we of course added Lacrima and probably discard Chaos Hunter. Like I said, grabbing Lacrima is best in this build over Lori, even though you don't have to discard another card for Lori. This is just because you get to send a Kyrie and actually get a combo off of it. But right here, I think we get to have a ruling check. Yeah, with Engraver's effect, because with this send effect, it says send them to the graveyard, so we can use this send effect and Fiendsmith Kyrie's fusion summon, and it all goes through perfectly, as you can see right here. Send Sulfador, activate Kyrie, summon into Fiendsmith Lacrima. Same old, same old. I'm not sure what else they have set, but I don't know what it could be that start. Also, this is crazy synergy. Fiendsmith Kyrie triggers the Labyrinth monster effects because it sends a monster to the graveyard via normal trap effect. And their set card, the set card was the continuous trap. We're literally just gonna destroy it on the end of the chain. So like, it doesn't matter. Either destroy that or the card in hand. Yeah. And we hit Nibiru. Okay. And they scoop. Versus Mathmech, going second. I put a question mark there because why in the world are you playing Mathmech in this meta? Like, you're just playing, I don't want to be mean, worse Cybers at the moment. So yeah, we activate Arius, which gets called by the Graved, but we activate Maxi in response, which was a misplay. I should have just waited for them to activate a summon effect and then activate Maxi, because they can just pass. But right here we draw Storvy Torbu, and yeah, we don't have much else to do. I'm not sure if it was the best play to send Big Welcome. It was a bit greedy because I want to get Lady on the field and have the bounce effect of the Big Welcome in the grave. If they have Ash Blossom, then that whole gamble was for nothing. And then they activate Maxi. Fair enough. It's only one draw. It doesn't matter at all. So they draw one, and we just wait and see. Once again, Simul Archfiends is gonna come in clutch here because it really just kills Link decks. You can't Link climb at all. And if you shotgun it against Malice, then they're gonna go into one of their Link 3s, which is not ideal. So I always wait for Link Decoder. But yeah, right here they summon Diameter, and they target the Sigma Engrave. Obviously send Diameter, set the Sigma. Unfortunately, we get them another draw with this because setting from the graveyard counts, setting a monster from the graveyard counts as a special summon, but it is what it is. We set Trap Trick off of the Terrors of the Overwrit activating, which is like, Trap Trick gets me literally every trap in my deck except for the Fiendsmith ones, because they're one-offs. They're not that good. So they summon Lingerebo and they activate Parallax Seed. Like, we just bounce it. Lingerebo is only on trap activations, no effects. So yeah, get spun back into the deck, and they have no summon because they have no linked monster that points to anything. So they're gonna summon back Diameter for some reason. Their Parallax Seed already activated, so I'm not sure what else. Yeah, they surrender. This is gonna be a common thing throughout these duels. Right here, we are going first against Blue Eyes. I'm really not sure why Blue Eyes is so much more prevalent now. Like, I played against a bunch of them coming up on the ladder, and usually like Blue Eyes is pretty rough for Labyrinth, especially going second because of the normal trap. But I think here it's a lot more manageable. Right here we had a duplicate of Ice Dragon's Prism, so we send that for Trax to grab Lacrima. We send Kyrie, summon Requiem of Lacrima. Like, it's the same stuff. You already know what it is. They have a response, but they're not doing anything off it. And yeah, there is a bunch of synergies in this deck. Like, it's so small as well, but like, they're so cool whenever they happen. It's like, you have Lurry being discarded off the Furnitures. Even the Furnitures activating Necroquip Princess's effect to draw a card. Arius is a level 6. Lacrima is a level 4 light. Ariana is a level 4 dark. Engrave is a level 6 light. Chaos Angel plays. Fiendsmith, Lacrima unfortunately got impermed, so we're gonna have to stick with Highway King Caesar for this endboard. I usually don't like going into Desiree when I absolutely have to. Did I say that correctly? I don't go into Desiree unless I absolutely have to, because right here I still have the Fiendsmith and Paradise play on the next turn with the Lacrima and the Requiem Engrave, and we set 3. So I guess you can just boil this deck down to Fiendsmith combo slash Highway King Caesar slash Desiree plus set 4, which, to be honest, that could very well just be the end board, the ideal end board. Off Welcome, they don't use Ash or anything, no Impulse, so yeah, we are extremely lucky. And we summon our Lady. What they grabbed? They grabbed Sage with Piri Map. Crazy cop out because they semi-limited both this one and Maiden. And I don't think, do new Blue Eyes lists cut down on the Ether Barrels? Because I'm not seeing Primite anywhere. I mean, right here in reaction to them placing True Light, I'm just gonna summon Our Lady because, well, Our Lady's gonna be Chainlink 1, and if they summon out Blue Eyes with the True Light effect, then we just pop the True Light. Then if they set a card with True Light, then we just pop the set card. That's game. That is literally game. Next duel versus ... Oh yeah, this is where like it's really crazy. It's crazy right here. We summon our Ariana. We grab Arius, most likely. Set Trap Chick. We grab Big Welcome. I'm calling out the combo, and it's not even caught up yet. Also, Arius is a level 6, so you can make Highway King Caesar easier. Even though it is kind of hard to get her out on your own turn. When we activate Trap Trick, we activate Lady. They have no interruption whatsoever. And we set Daruma, which is pretty, you know, it's kind of odd considering the anti-synergy between the Fiendsmith cards and being flipped face down. But whatever, you know, literally whatever. We summon our Lovely, we bounce back the Lady, and then we pop the card in hand, the Super Poly. Literally, this board breaker will probably destroy our board. But we link them both off for Moon of the Closed Heaven. And we summon out Fiendsmith's Requiem. And with Requiem, we're gonna summon out Lacrima. You know what's gonna happen. We don't have Kyrie here, so we're gonna send Engraver. Yeah. I think Labyrinth is too overwhelming. Plus Fiendsmith if it just goes off. Because it's the unknown part, right? Like literally the set 3 right there probably set them off. And right here, unfortunately my Steam recording bugged out and we have no in-game gameplay, so this is the replay. And this is versus I didn't even see, but it looks like, I don't know, some kind of Millennium deck. Maybe it's Millennium Malice, but as always, we absolutely have to imperm the Zombie Vampire. Like, if this card goes off, then I think you may have just lost the game. But that's if they they always hit the right cards. So there's no point in even gambling. With Tract, we add Lacrima, send the Arius, of course. And then with Lacrima, send the Fiendsmith Kyrie, because we have Engraver. I mean, no, we don't have Engraver. We're gonna summon him out from the deck. This is pretty risky if they do negate the summon right here, but they don't, so who cares? And honestly, this was a misplay again. I did not flip face down the Zombie Vampire when I could have. And the window to do that was when I activated Requiem when it was off the field. Because the Zombie Vampire can't be targeted by monster effects unless that monster was summoned from the graveyard, unfortunately. So the Zombie Vampire is still live for the next game. And they discard Imperm for their Super Poly. So our end board is Daruma. But it's not just Daruma, because we have the Fiendsmith in Paradise play for next time. So it's not, you know, we aren't completely cooked. And still, Daruma is an amazing interruption against, like, I don't know what deck doesn't lose to it in some form or way. Right here, they activate Zombie Vampire, we summon a Lacrima in case she gets milled, and we mill pretty good, to be honest. I saw we milled both Welcomes and Attract, like, cool. We send Fiendsmith in Paradise with Lacrima. Of course, they're playing Malice Millennium. And they link off into SP Little Knight. And what they target Fiendsmith's Requiem in the grave. For some reason. Even though we have Fiendsmith's Lacrima in grave for the Desiree Send. And in reaction to them activating an effect, in reaction to them activating an effect after our Daruma activation, we summon Arius, because why not? It's another body on the board. A level 6 monster. But yeah, it's crazy that they the White Rabbit triggered off of the SP summon, but they didn't even do anything off of that. I don't know if this player is just like new to Malice, but I didn't even, did they set GWC? Like, yet again, they misplayed because they don't have a target, I think. They didn't have another target in the graveyard. And if they did, I don't know why they didn't activate it. But right here, we summon out the, flip summon Lacrima, summon Requiem, flip summon Arius, and set the big welcome. So yeah, right here, yeah, it looks like their literal only target was White Rabbit. So why did they set GWC with White Rabbit? I don't get it. If they misplay, we win. That's literally it. And if we misplay, then we lose. That is usually how it is with Labyrinth. That you have to play borderline perfectly to win. And of course they have another super poly, like, I'm not even surprised. They're summoning out the Mood Dragon using Our Lovely and their SP. They're taking care of their own disruption for me, which is cool. We get to pop for their MTP. And right here we can activate Fiendsmith in Paradise because they special summoned. And they're gonna think like, oh wow, we can't target the cards. Like, who cares, bro? We're gonna send Rex Tremende because we can grab back either Fiendsmith in Paradise or Tract, or literally any Fiendsmith card in the graveyard of banishment. And then they scoop. With a Castero card on field. They surrendered, thankfully. I don't want to play against that deck. Here we are going second against PE Psychic End Punisher. I have no idea what this player was thinking. Towerly, you are unbelievable. I'm just not even gonna speak. Just gonna wait and see this end board. They activate Max C on the Golem effect to summon. They wait a long time to activate Ash Blossom. I don't know why he needed to do that, but I guess why not think about it, you know? Summon out Golem, grab the field spell. I don't think they did enough to stop this engine. Like, it's not like he ever played Golem above 1. I don't think it mattered at all. And they main deck Monster Reborn and spell card Monster Reborn. So they summon out their Ash Blossom and Maxi, and they summon out Psychic End Punisher. Like, what is this, bro? So, like, yeah, they are unaffected by card effects because we are above them in life points, but we can just go off, like we can just go crazy and attack over the Psychic End Punisher, even with the attack gain that they're gonna get in the battle phase. It's something I like, man. They are waiting a while to activate Imperm. They waited again just to select the target. Maybe they're DCing or something. So yeah, just Imperm on Lacrima is not enough because we go into Requiem, summon Engraver, same old. Right here we grab something. Grab Lurie. Discard Lurie. I don't even need to say it anymore. I literally don't even have to say anything. We activate Tract and we fuse and summon Interference with Lacrima. We are probably going to target Engraver? No, we summon we are summoning Lacrima. It's not like, no, we cannot play around there. Unaffectedness, if that's a word, with Chaos Angel. So we just summon out. Yeah, we're probably gonna we're gonna make a Fiendsmith Agnum Day play, and thankfully we have we can make this play while having the Fiendsmith in Paradise play for next time with the Lacrima and Requiem Engrave. So yeah, with Fiendsmith Agnum Day we target the Desiree, we equip the Sequence and the Agnum Day and the Requiem, and we are completely juiced. 7k a beta. Of course it's not just a beta, but you know what I mean. And right here, once again with the anti-synergy, with the equipped monster cards in the spell trap zones, we have less spots to place our traps, but I don't think it really matters right here because I would rather not set Daruma with this board anyway. Because yet again, Desiree needs to be face up to be useful. So, enter main phase. literally this game is over. Summon Ariana, bounce back Ariana. Yeah, it's game, it's over. I mean, good on them for, I don't know, letting us get the KO screen. Really, really weird deck though. And I don't know how they made it into Diamond. And we are already at my rank up game. Wow, that went quicker than I thought it would. We are going first against Blue Eyes, and we have a less than ideal hand. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, this is a good hand. But it's less than ideal. And going second against Blue Eyes, do not make the silly mistake of chaining Lancea to them activating Drill Beam. You should just use it in the draw phase. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Well, actually, I can't just say that because I don't know what they're playing. But now that I know that they're playing Blue Eyes, I should have just used it here. Maybe I should have just used it in the draw phase. Whatever. They grab Maiden, and I don't use Imperm on them because, well, if they draw Maiden, you literally are useless Imperm. In that case, I'd rather Imperm the Spirit, which is guaranteed to be a useful Imperm. So yeah, they place a True Light with the Maiden. They're gonna set something. There's nothing I can do about it if they set wishes. I'm not gonna go into Lovely just to pop the wishes. It's too much work for not not really enough of a benefit, and we lose more cards doing that. So they summon the Spirit and we activate Imperm. So yeah, no response, and we can now summon Lovely. I mean, summon Lady, you know what I mean. I wonder if I should call them different. 3K? That's not right. I'm just gonna call the Lady. Yeah, they activate wishes, discard the effect Veiler. Sure. They're probably gonna grab Raw and another Veiler, why not? But they can't normal summon again because they don't have a field spell, so they're kinda in a rocky spot. So yeah, once again they did not normal summon Ether Barrel. So I'm assuming that they have Drill Beam in hand again. I'm always wary when they have a normal ones on the field. But if they do just have a Primite card in hand / a normal monster in hand, then it wouldn't matter regardless if there was a normal monster on the field. But it seems like they do have Drill Beam because they felt it useful to use Called by the Grave on this Lancea. So I think, yeah, I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm actually so sorry for what's about to happen. I think I exposed them. It's so bad. Right here, they summon out Blue Eyes, and they are naturally gonna summon out Maiden because we negated the Spirit's effect, which floodgates them into dragons only. And on the summon, I think I'm gonna summon out Lady. And with the preconceived notion that they are Drill Beam in hand, I'm going to... I don't know what type of manipulation this is. I'm going to have them activate Drill Beam on my untargetable Lady. Clearly they're reading, like they're thinking, and they still activate it. And they target the Maiden, and just to prevent them from actually getting the Maiden's effect, we chain Big Welcome. And we chain Lady to that Big Welcome, send Trap Trick. Of course we're going to summon Lovely and pop that True Light. Yeah, this was absolutely tragic on their part. But, I mean, I can understand. No, I can't. It's literally the first piece of text on Lady's monster. I mean, Lady's details. But, you know, maybe they're just tired. You know? That could always just be the case. So we draw Storvy Torvy. And we discard Lady. This game is all but won. Literally, is that the right saying? We've won this game, that's what I'm saying. We activate Big Welcome. summon Ariana, bounce Ariana, and then we trigger Lovely and then trigger Storvy. We're gonna hand rip them. Not hand rip. Is that the right word? Not really. Maybe it is. Whatever. And as you can see, we hit the purge. So when we finish searching with Ariana, we're just gonna go full Fiendsmith combo. Literally. So yeah. Summon Ariana. Oh. Well, they have no cards in play anymore. And they did not use the... Yeah, they couldn't... Actually, no, never mind. They couldn't use Effect Veiler because it wasn't in the main phase. I was wondering why they didn't use Effect Veiler on Lovely, but it was in the standby phase or draw phase. So yeah, we know the close 7. I'm pretty sure they just surrender here. Or maybe they don't. They want their XP. But yeah, this deck is actually like pretty fun, all things considered. Like, I know it's like, oh, it's literally just Fiendsmith with three trap card set, but there are like a lot of micro synergies with this deck that catch players off guard. Like, I think I'm trying to remember even more of them. Like, we even have like, I think I've gone through all of them. Yeah, the furniture's discarding Lurry, even triggering Necrocrypt Princess, Arius, level 6 Fiend, level 6 Dark, so Chaos Angel with Lacrima. You know, same old, same old. And yeah, I unfortunately did not summon Chaos Angel at all this video, but it's a pristine Royal Chaos Angel. I got so lucky and pulled the Royal Rare Chaos Angel. Shame I couldn't show him in the video. But yeah. Attack with Desiree for 58 for 5.8k, and then attack with Lovely for game. So yeah, that was a fun climb. And yeah, I'm gonna get onto the deck list shortly. Right before we get into this deck list, please just peep this win streak right here, because it was like absolutely crazy. From Diamond 2 straight to Master 5. I don't know why they do this, but they completely wiped the match history like after a week or something, after you hit Master 5. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Anyways, onto this Labrynth Fiendsmith deck list. This first build from me is really experimental. Like, I'm not even too set on the ratios, and even some cards that I am playing, some that I'm not playing. I'm just not set on it at the moment, but I think it is interesting to point out like a really good mind game to play with the opponent. Of course, this goes for any hand trap. Because of the threat of Malice, we are playing Malice hate, like Lancea and one Chaos Hunter. Like, I think this, you can take this one out. This doesn't apply to what I'm gonna say. If you open Lancea and Arius plus a good normal trap to self push, I think you should wait until the main phase, because you can check for their Call by the Grave with Arius, because there's no way they're not going to use Call by the Grave on Arius, because they don't know what we're going to set with Arius, right? Like, it could just be a game-ending normal trap. And if they do activate Call by the Grave on Arius, then we can just chain Lancea to that, meaning that they've just wasted their Call by the Grave, and now they have to worry about the normal trap that we set with Arius and the Banish Log with Lancea. So yeah, if they don't scoop to that, then I don't know, they're crazy. Whatever, onto the like actual deck list. We have merged Fiendsmith with Labrynth to make this really weird but somewhat synergistic control deck. 1 Lurry, because tracks, 1 Coup Clock, 2 Maxi, it's a good card. 1 of each of the semi-limited furnitures. I'm not too sure about this. I just don't like drawing multiples in one hand. I think yeah, that's really the only reason. 1 Ariana, again, I'm not too sure about this. Same with the 1 Lacrima. 3 Lancea, as I said, and 3 Arius for that, you know, Lancea Arius mind game. 2 Engraver, it's standard. 1 Chaos Hunter, yeah, again, I think you can take this out. 1 Lovely, because you do not need more than 1. And 2 Lady because, yeah, again, I don't think you need more than 2 unless your deck is larger than 50 cards. Your Labyrinth deck, I mean. But yeah, 3 track. It's standard. If I'm playing a more Fiendsmith centric extra deck, so 3 track is pretty good. And Royal Labyrinth feels well. It is really good, this revive effect. I'll get into that later. 3 Imperm because it's a good card. I would never set this off of Lady or grab it with Trap Trick, but it's a good card to open. 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. I'm genuinely not too sure about this card either, because of course against Malice, I'm not sure if it's that useful. It's really only useful if if they're gonna banish. Sorry, if they've used the banish effect of a Malice card in the graveyard already, and of the one on the field as well. So this is a really weird card to play right now. I guess it's good if they target a Malice card that's already been banished in the graveyard with Splash Mage, but I think playing Terrors of the Overroot is a bit better than this. Where is it? Yeah, this right here. Target 1 card your opponent trolls and 1 card in their graveyard. Send that card to the field. Send that card on the field to the graveyard, and if you do, set the other card from the graveyard to your opponent's field. So yeah, I think I would trade this for Terrors of the Overroot. Yeah, that makes it a lot better for me, because if I do just banish a Malice name, then I'm giving them more resources. That's a bit stupid. But anyways, next is, which one? 2 Trap Trick, because it gets me to literally every other normal trap in my deck other than the 2 Fiendsmith traps, but I would never be searching them anyway. Next is 2 Welcome. 2 Welcome. I think it's a good ratio. 2 Terrors of the Overroot, that's not included. I just changed that from the 2 IDP. 2 Simul Archfiends. This card is a really, really good card against Link decks. It makes it so that they cannot Link Climb, meaning that, well, it says that neither player can special summon monsters with the same card types. Ritual included is crazy. Any of the extra deck monsters and ritual cards, they cannot control more than 1. That is untrue though, because if you do activate this when they control more than 1, then those 2 will stay still on the field. They just can't summon more. So I think the timing of this card when you use it is really important. Against Malice, right? Let's say I think the best moment to use this is when they summon Link Decoder or Splash Mage. Because if they summon Link Reaver, then you're gonna have to first get that off the field. Because it's gonna get off the field regardless by negating one of your normal trap activations. So yeah, you really have to wait for them to commit to a Link 1 or 2 before activating this. Against Malice, of course. For other Link decks, it's basically the same premise, because if you shotgun this, then Malice can play around it. They can just, I don't know, they can get enough boards on the field so that they can summon, because this does not stop them from summoning a Link monster. They can just summon Crypto. They can literally just summon Crypto, or I don't know, like Red Ransom. I doubt they would go into Binder without, with no ability to Link Climb, but yeah. Do not shotgun this on their turn, because that would be a misplay. Next is 3 Daruma. It's an amazing card, also amazing against Link decks. It's just, I think it should be at 3 in nearly every Labyrinth deck. 3 Big Welcome, same goes there. It just gets our Labyrinth stuff into rotation, and it's got an amazing graveyard effect. And both of the Fiendsmith traps, this one is not used as often. This effect also basically never used. It does halve your battle damage though, so you can save yourself from an OTK. And yeah, basic Fiendsmith stuff with Fiendsmith in Paradise, you get to send one of the 2 Desirees to send a card on the field to the graveyard. And with Fiendsmith Kyrie, you can usually Fusion summon into Fiendsmith Lacrima just to get another body, a light fiend body, in rotation, so that I can summon both Highway King Caesar and Desiree. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck, of course, Fiendsmith Lacrima. This is a Fiendsmith deck. One Duke of Demise, which I, funnily enough, never used in this entire clan. I think I did add it in initially because I was playing builds with 3 Lacrima. So like I was worried if I was drawing like 3 Lacrima and more Ariana, it was like a 3 and 2 ratio. But I was worried that if I drew multiple normal summons, then I would, you know, have this as a backup. So you get to normal summon twice. So I get the Ariana normal summon and then the Lacrima normal summon, which is pretty good. But since we have less normal summons, useful normal summons at the moment, then this is not really useful, is it? I think you could take this out for, I don't know, maybe a second sequence, or even that other card, the Aerial Eater. I'm not too sure though, because this one is usually played in YuGiOh, and we are not that type of combo deck. We aren't a combo deck at all, really. But yeah, you could just send a Labyrinth card to the deck. You can bridge into Labrynth and Fiendsmith with this, but I don't think this was like, I don't think this deserves a place in the extra deck because we wouldn't plus enough off of that. Like, I don't know, sending Ariane and then reborning her with Muckraker, that's too many resources. You discard again as well. And with this deck, I think our opening hand is literally the most important thing. Like, I never want to discard my normal traps unless they're one of the Fiendsmith ones. Or if I have a big welcome in hand and a welcome in hand. So that I can get the bounce effect for next turn. But again, that is still a risky play in case they Ash welcome. But whatever. This is not a set, like, I'm not confident in Duke of Demise. Next is Necroquip Princess. Standard Fiendsmith card. You get to send Requiem equipped to any Fiendsmith monster. And that Fiendsmith monster to summon this one out. Interestingly, the furniture cards can trigger this effect right here. Same with Maxi and Arias and literally any other hand trap, but the point still remains. It's still some more synergy in the deck. Next is 2 Desiree. You know, as I said, this is a Fiendsmith centric deck, so yeah, 2 Desiree to send off of one to send off of Paradise, and the other obviously to summon out. 1 Rex Tremende, which is a really interesting tower card, but I don't think it's ever good to turbo this out turn 1 because I don't know if they're playing Fiendsmith or not. So it would be really stupid if I turbo this out and they're playing Fiendsmith Control or something. But yeah, this recursion effect is really good as well. Just target a Fiendsmith card in the graveyard or banishment to add it to the hand. I can also send this off of Fiendsmith in Paradise if I have no target for, like if they've all been banished or something. I can grab them back with Rex Tremende, which is pretty cool. And next is this Royal Rare Chaos Angel. I didn't summon it in this video, but it came up clutch. It really did clutch up, like seriously. And you can easily, you can make this Chaos Angel with both of its effects live pretty consistently, I'd say, because you have this level 4 light, level 6 dark, level 6 light, level 4 dark. You know, it speaks for itself. You can, well, I mean, you can only make it with darks with the level 2 furniture, Stovey Torby, and one of the level 8 Labyrinth monsters. But still, this is really, it's a good card. I don't know what to say. If I'm not playing this Chaos Engine, I'm not playing Labyrinth. That's basically what I'm saying. 2 High Wave King Caesar because I'm playing Fiendsmith. And also Arias does help to make this because she's a level 6 Fiend. Also, but this is a bit situational to get her on the field because the opponent has to activate an effect in response to your Labyrinth card or a normal trap card. So I guess maybe if we set Big Welcome and then they Ash Big Welcome, then we can summon them out. But that's that. Next is Typhon. It's a Fiend, sure. Didn't really summon them out so much. 2 Requiem because again this is a Fiendsmith centric deck, so if one gets banished then you have another one in the extra deck, so yeah, that's cool. 1 Muckraker, because it's just a good card in Fiend decks, because you get to reborn any of them by discarding 1 card. So that's cool. 1 Moon of the Closed Heaven, so you can bridge into Fiendsmith off of your Labyrinth cards. That would be really overwhelming for the opponent to sit through. So I really understand if they just scoop off for seeing this. Next is Sequence. Don't really have much to say. It's a Fiendsmith deck. You could take out this to put into, but I don't really need to. And next is Fiendsmith's Agnum Day. This card is really, really clutch. Like, I think it's like really good as a deterrent to like Nibiru or something. That is, if they, I don't know, for some reason hold Nibiru until I summon this card, they would have multiple chances to use it beforehand. But if I do have the Labrynth field spell in rotation, and they've used Nibiru on my Desiree with Agnum Day and Sequence equipped for some reason, yeah, I could, on the next turn, any normal trap activation, I can reborn any Fiend monster from my hand or graveyard. Meaning I can special summon Agnum Day, and then target the Desiree with its effect, to then just special summon it, and equip itself to that Desiree, to make itself live again. To make the Desiree live again, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's also just good for making like Reksham a crazy tower. You can equip all of these cards to it, especially Requiem as well. It boosts the attack even more. So like, yeah, if I know I'm playing against a non-Fiendsmith deck, then that would be another option. But yeah, I think there's nothing else for me to talk about. Maybe the synergies, but I think I've gone through all of them already. I'm trying to think, oh well, actually maybe some anti-synergies. First off is, I think I already said, Daruma Karma Cannon and Desiree hate each other. Like, I think you have to use Desiree first before you use your Daruma, because Desiree gets turned off immediately after you use Daruma, because it needs to be equipped to a Fiendsmith monster card to even have its negate. But next is, I'm thinking, Daruma, and same goes for Caesar, I guess, because it can't, negate when it's face down. And interestingly, the spaces, the spell trap zones, they can get a bit inflated with all the Fiendsmith monster cards being equipped to them. Like, for example, that example that I made about Agnum Day making Reksham into like a huge tower. Like, you can't do that and have like a lot of traps set. You can only have 2 traps set. But I guess you could have 3 if you don't use the Requiem. And I think finally is really, really inconsequential. It's this effect, Fiendsmith in Paradise. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard that are not that monster. This will usually hurt us more than the opponent, because the Labyrinth does not really play in the graveyard a lot. And you would be sending your own Labyrinth cards to the graveyard as well. So like, the only cards that will trigger are your Furnitures in the graveyard and maybe a Welcome in the graveyard. But you lose more, we definitely lose more from this effect than the opponent. Most times, more often than not. But yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, that's literally it. Thank you for watching this far if you did, and yeah, thank you for leaving comments like last time. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you who watched this far, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I don't know if I'll play Branded again, because I've seen the ban list, and unfortunately Apollo is still not, like, she's immortal. She's not gonna get banned ever, I believe. But yeah, I don't know if I'll play Branded next season. It doesn't mean that I'm done with Branded Telomeres. That's still like my favorite deck. But I'm also thinking about climbing to Master 1 one day, because this deck does play really well into Malice, I believe. I just need to flesh it out a bit more. Maybe I could take it down to a perfect 40 cards. I'm not gonna try to do that right now because I might take too much time. Whatever, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Yeah, see you.